I think she's amazing. I think that I won the lotto with Nikki.
We were married in 2006, so this is our 10-year anniversary. We have two older children from Sean's previous marriage that I helped raise, and they're 22 and 20 now. And so, you know, through the years, we always wanted to have children. After 8 years of really trying, we went to see Dr. Abazid, and things happened. So he recommended, because of our age and how long we had been trying, to just go right for in vitro. And I'll tell you, Dr. Abazid was very, just his bedside manner, you know, through the entire process, his entire staff, all of the nurses in the office, you know, they would call you, they made sure that you knew exactly what was going on. It was a really phenomenal experience. And Dr. Abazid did walk us through, you know, the risks and everything else. We had been walked through that through the entire process of having a multiple birth. And when we went in, he said, okay, went through it again before the procedure started, and he said 37% chance for one, 20-something% chance for two, and only 5% chance for triplets. So we're thinking, you know, okay, that's fine, 5% chance, great, you know, that's never going to happen.
It was our first ultrasound after we had found out that we were pregnant. The ultrasound technician said, oh, look, there's your baby's heartbeat. And I grabbed Nikki's hand, I'm like, oh, look, there's our baby's heartbeat. And she said, oh, look, you have twins. And I said, oh, look, we have twins. And then she said, how many did you implant? And we stopped and we were watching the screen, and we said 3, and she said all 3 took. And it was complete silence in the room. We wound up walking out to the parking garage on our way after we left. We're walking out, and Nikki asked me on the way, she said, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm okay. She said, well, are you upset? And I said, not at all. And I said, why? She said, well, you haven't really said anything. And I said, well, I'm just thinking of logistics, you know, burping 3 babies and 3 babies teething. And as I'm standing there, she said, you want me to drive? And I was trying to put the key fob in the lock of the door. And I said, yes, I want you to drive. You know, so I walked around the passenger side, and Nikki drove us home. But at no time was I upset. It was just shocking.
We had Dr. Rocha was our doctor, and all of his nursing staff. And every week that we went in there, the ultrasound techs were just very thorough, very cautious. I had a perfect pregnancy. I mean, I didn't have any issues. I carried full term. I was actually induced at full term. On the way to the hospital, very nerve-wracking, very
Anxious.
Anxious was probably the better word. Yeah, you're right. Not knowing what to expect when we got there. From the time that we arrived, though, until we left, you know, the following Monday, Stella was the last one to come home. It was nothing but care and compassion the entire time. It was, we had great nurses. So the night before, you know, we had our Pitocin was due for induction, and we had nurses coming in checking on us all the time. Because of the circumstances, although we knew we were going to deliver naturally, I wasn't really progressing as quickly as Dr. Rocha had hoped. And so we did have this emergency C-section prepared, the operating room prepared for that. And actually, that is where I ended up delivering, was in the operating room, was, you know, just in case something happened. So it didn't, which was good. We were able to get them all out naturally. So when the babies were born, 2 of them were 4 pounds 15 ounces, and 1 was 4 pounds and 5 ounces. Stella came out. She came out and didn't have any real issues as far as, you know, breathing or anything like that. But they do take them right to the NICU because she's very small. So they need to get her on things like checking her sugar, making sure that she's breathing okay, you know, all of the normal checks with a preemie. When Genevieve came, she was actually face up. And so they had to use a vacuum to help her come out of the birthing canal. And then Honor came. And Honor I had to push out. I had no contractions with him, so he was fun. When he came out, you said he wasn't breathing at first?
Just for a split second.
Okay.
But it seems like an eternity in the delivery room.
Yeah.
But it was a split second, and everyone was well aware.
Yep. I had a hard time. The first time I saw the babies, I had a very hard time figuring out which one do I go and see first. And so I just went around the room, whoever was closest. And so the way that they were in the NICU, Honor was first. And it was really just spending a few seconds with them, you know, kind of, you know, touching them, feeling them, smelling them, and learning about, you know, where they were. And so I went to Honor first, and had to take a deep breath because he did have the tubes and the, you know, the oxygen. So it was a little bit a little bit, I was nervous, didn't know. And then when I went to Genevieve and she had the little bruise, then you worry about that. But when Dr. Kumar came around and said she's good, it's just bruising, it'll heal. I kind of made you feel better. And then when I saw Stella and she was just like happy as a clam, couldn't even, she had no cares in the world, and it just kind of settled everything.
Nikki spoke earlier about helping raise my two children, our children, from 10 and 8, but there's just something a little more special seeing her with her own children. Every day is a new day. I get up in the mornings and I walk out and see their smiles. They're getting such personality, and we sing to them on a regular basis, and they'll come out and they'll be smiling at us and cooing, and it just doesn't get any better until tomorrow. It'll be a better day tomorrow even.
We have so many friends and family that have surrounded us and cheered for us and rooted for us and been there for us.
We need a nap right now. In fact, you're going to babysit. It is, to me, it is semi-organized chaos at times. We don't let any grass grow. Everywhere we go, people are like, "Oh, you must be exhausted," or you guys aren't going to have any more. But honestly, we're a good team, so we're just living life. We've been sailing. In fact, this past weekend, we took our children on their maiden voyage. We went probably about 10 miles. We sailed on Lake Huron, and we've stayed on the boat, kind of like camping. We call it clean camping with the babies, and have gone camping on other occasions. So we've had a lot of fun taking them swimming. The relationships that we've built with the staff at Hurley Hospital will live a lifetime. I look forward to them seeing our children through different stages of their lives.
To say to them as a whole to keep working as a team, because they are a phenomenal team. They operate as a team, and so I would say thank you. Thank you for everything that you have done. Thank you from the start to the finish, and still for the aftercare. The opportunities that were provided to us because of them are beyond words. And they are just great people, caring people, and they don't look at you as a patient, they look at you as a person and as a family member and as a friend, and you really get treated like that. And so for me, I really do feel like Hurley is my family. I mean, they are an extension of my family. We may not share the same blood, but they are part of our family forever.